Dear students, to see my upcoming videos, first subscribe my channel, press the bell button for the future notification. So can we start this episode now?
Hello students, welcome to my channel. In this third episode of Chapter 2 Federalism in Democratic Politics, you are going to learn about how the federal structure followed in our nation. Three areas we are following. Number one is how the states are demarcated. Number two is the language policy, because in our nation we have n number of languages. So how this language policy followed in this nation. Number three is the relationship between central government and the state government. In these three areas we are going to focus, and how in these three areas our Indian government beautifully designed the power sharing. So in this part alone you are going to learn in this video. So can we start now?
After our independent government adopted democratic politics in our country. This is one of a spirit of federalism. Because of this reason, we started respecting for the diversity and desire for living together. In this concept, first and foremost, we demarcated the states based on the language. We have linguistic states. First challenge faced after independence was linguistic states. New states were formed on the basis of language and culture. Some states were formed on the basis of ethnicity and geography, such as Nagaland, Uttarakhand, and Jharkhand. Some were concerned that it might lead to disintegration of the nation, but that worked out well and effectively. So, federalism is practiced first and foremost through the way of demarcating the states based on language, ethnicity, and geography. The second test for Indian Federation is the language policy. Our constitution did not give the status of national language to any one language. Hindi was identified as the official language. Besides Hindi, there are 21 languages. A candidate in an examination conducted for the central government positions may opt to take the examination in any of these languages. Unlike Sri Lanka, the leaders of our country adopted a very cautious attitude in spreading the use of Hindi. According to the constitution, the use of English for official purpose was to stop in 1965. Non-Hindi speaking states demanded that the use of English continue. When you see this additional information, scheduled languages of India, languages as well as the proportion of speakers, how many percentage of people are speaking, right from Assamese to until Urdu. In this way, Indian government was very cautious to handle the language policy under the federation. Now, when you witness these two cartoon pictures, it is totally about the center-state relationship. How a center-state relationship will be? It begins from the point number 2. Long time, same party ruled in center and state in most of the states. Due to this reason, state government did not exercise their rights autonomously. Even today, at present, it is happening in our nation. Majority of the states are ruled by the BJP in India at present. So the state government who are under the control of BJP, they are unable to exercise their power and right autonomously because they have to depend on the central government. This is a major problem they are facing in the center-state relationship. Point number 3 is completely connected with the cartoon during the time of Indira Gandhi. Simultaneously watch along with this point. When the ruling party at the state level was different, the parties at the center tried to undermine the power of the states. If you see the cartoon, it gives central government is ruled by the Congress party. At that time, it was under the control of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. And the line formed with different states. Each state, based on their understanding with the central government, the priority will be given. The topic for the cartoon is given as the states plead for more power. In this way, based on the relationship with the central government, the priority will be given for the states. In those days, central government often misused the constitution to dismiss the state government. It happened until 1990. But after 1990, a very big change arose in the Indian politics. Supreme Court passed a new judgment in connection with the formation of the government, that is coalition government. What is this coalition government? In case in Lok Sabha election, any individual party failed to show the majority, they can have an alliance with the regional parties. Through the way of this alliance, they can form the government. In this way, a new system of politics entered in 1990 through the way of forming coalition government. If you see the another cartoon, perils of running a coalition government, which is given in your textbook. In this cartoon, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who was the former prime minister of this nation, and the way he seated, and his chair is completely decorated with the different regional parties. Perils of running a coalition government. Peril gives the meaning danger. Here, if you see the question which is given under this cartoon, how can the leader of a coalition keep the partners of a government satisfied? So, when you form a coalition government, it has pros and cons. Always it will be in a burning condition, and instead of focusing on the welfare of the people, always the leader has to depend on the welfare of the regional parties alone. In case if any one party withdraw their support, automatically there is a chance for dissolving the government. This is beautifully picturized in this cartoon. Next, sixth point, this led to a new culture of power sharing and respect for the autonomy of the state government. In this way, the relationship between central and the state was beautifully designed under Indian federal structure. Now we have come to the end of this episode 3 about board-based questions. Here in this part, you are expected to focus a lot in the following areas. Number 1, the question, how is federalism practiced in India? In connection with this, you are expected to write the following topics: linguistic states, language policy, center-state relations. And one more definition also you have in this part, coalition government. Apart from the questions and the definition, you are expected to focus in another important areas, that is activity based questions. Here in this episode 3, you have 3 important activity based part. One is cartoon based, another one is comparative map analysis, which is given in the page number 18 and 19, and third one is let us revise part from the page number 23. In this activity based questions, you may expect from the side of comprehension, picture based question, etc. So focus a lot in this area.